Going to another crazy ending. Bucks down 3, 8 seconds to play. Chris Middleton's 3 doesn't go, but he is fouled here by Goran Dragic. He would make all 3 free throws. Nick didn't like the call. We are tied up now. 4.3 seconds left. Jimmy Butler with a chance to win. And Nick doesn't like this call either. Doesn't go, but wait, Giannis fouls Jimmy on the shot, or so they say. Butler to the free throw line with a chance to win. He can hit 2. He only needed 1. And Jimmy Butler would nail both as Miami takes a 2-0 lead over the top-seeded Bucks. Okay, Brandon, Bucks playing catch-up all game long, but still with a chance at the end. What did you make of the way this game ended?
Well, I mean, most people are talking about the last few seconds of the game. I'm looking at the last 3 minutes of the game. When I was watching this reminded me of some YMCA basketball, 15 and under league, where it was so sloppy. We're seeing a Miami Heat team that really has been really good throughout this playoff run, and we're seeing them play sloppy. We're seeing them miss free throws. They're fouling three-point shooters. They're throwing the ball away. Like, I mean, can it get any more worse? Like, this is bad display of playoff basketball. If I'm Coach Spo, what I'm doing is I'm bringing my guys in the locker room. I'm putting probably 7 to 10 clips up on the screen, and I'm showing them where we had opportunities to really dominate this team, because they have all the answers. They have everything they need. They have 4 or 5 guys that can really just take Giannis out of a game. They have everyone on offense that can score 20 points in any given night. So if I'm Coach Spo, I'm using this as an opportunity to make my team better. The defense wasn't great last night. There was too many breakdowns. Giannis had too many easy putbacks at the rim. So, Wiles, if I'm you, I'm backing me up here, because the Miami Heat have an opportunity to sweep this team. And I know that's a bold prediction. It's a bold prediction, but we're seeing this team dominate night after night.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? It's funny because in the bubble, it feels like the #1 seed was at a distinct disadvantage because they didn't have home court. And like last night, I don't think Jimmy gets that call if they're in Milwaukee. I just don't think the refs make that call. And a little Sloan sports analysis will back me up on that. But now that they're down 2-0 and they're not going back to Miami, although they are in Florida, I think this actually bodes well for them. But I wanted to kick a question to you, Nick. Every game, it seems like the world of sports wrestles with human fallibility. Last night, same thing, and everyone is shocked that mistakes are made. The Bucks are fallible, the Heat are fallible, and the refs are fallible. That's just it. So we all have to live with it collectively as sports fans. But if I was Adam Silver, I would do this. I would say, you know what? Let's take an NBA census. The first option is absolute perfect refereeing, which we can't have because of human fallibility. And now, fill out in your little census form, you get 2 options. You want too many calls or not enough? Pick one, and that's what we'll do, and stop complaining.
The answer is not enough. No, but everybody knows the answer. The answer is not enough. And I don't want to spend too much time on the officiating. I thought Mark Davis, who called those 2 phantom fouls, was going to be, hold the pole position for worst official of the bubble in a game thus far, taking it from the guy, I forget his name now, who threw out Kristaps. But then Scott Foster came running in from off camera and said, wait and watch this. And so, listen, last night was not good for officiating in the NBA. But the reason it's not a bigger story is the right team won. Miami led that game for 45 and a half minutes. To Brandon's point, the only reason it was even close at the end was because they made a mess of the final couple minutes. So neither of those calls should have happened. They evened out, whatever. That is not the issue here. Here is the issue here. It is not Giannis's legacy that's at stake. It is not, could Bud be fired after winning Coach of the Year? That's at stake. Here's what's at stake. The future financial health of the greater Milwaukee area. If Giannis leaves, the entire city takes a massive hit. The franchise goes back to total irrelevance. And I have been hesitant to talk about Giannis's future. But if they lose to the Heat And not only do they not make the finals, but they actually go backwards from the conference finals last year to the second round this year. Giannis is not signing an extension this offseason. The chances go to 0%, which is why I implore you, Coach Bud, because your star player isn't going to demand it because he's 25 years old and he's too damn polite. Can you play Giannis real minutes? This is the God-blessed playoffs. Guess what stars do? Play 40-plus minutes. Guess what young physical freaks do in the prime of their athletic life? They play 45 minutes. LeBron played 47 minutes a game one year in the playoffs. Tim Duncan, his first 6 years in the league, with Pop coaching him, and I say Pop because Bud learned from Pop, averaged 42 minutes a game in the playoffs. Giannis can't be playing 35 minutes. You refused to play him heavy minutes when the Raptors were stealing a title opportunity from you last year. And yesterday, you refused to stray from what you do. Listen to Giannis, Brandon, after the game. Here's Giannis, because he doesn't yet, I think, fully understand the power he wields, talking about his minutes.
I'm going to do whatever Coach Bud tells me to do. That's what I've been doing all year. Obviously, I love to play 48 minutes, but, he sees the game, he coaches the game, so I'm just going to do whatever he tells me to do.
Brandon, this is similar to what we heard from Giannis when it was like, why aren't you guarding Jimmy? He said, I'll do what coach tells me to do. Giannis doesn't yet fully realize his own power.
But isn't this concerning?
But the Bucks, go ahead.
But isn't it concerning, right? Because we're trying to put him in this position of the face of the NBA, and we're saying like this could possibly be a two-time MVP of this league. But this isn't what we see out of superstars in this position. You're seeing Kobe, you're seeing LeBron. We've seen guys tell their coach what they want to do. We've seen these guys check themselves back into a game. So I think it's concerning that Giannis isn't taking more of initiative to impose his will.
That's fair, but on this one, he shouldn't have to. This is common sense. Listen, Wilds, I know you had all those fancy numbers about how dominant the Bucks were in the regular season. Guess what? The Bucks with Giannis not on the court in the playoffs are not going to be a good team. If you're running things through Chris Middleton or Eric Bledsoe, you are not a great team. You need Giannis out there. And my concern in the regular season was, when they're like, Giannis only playing 30 minutes a night, look at what he's doing, was that Bud was going to continue to stick to this. He's got to be rested or he can't be great on both ends. He might be the best pure athlete in the world today. He's 25 years old. Let the guy play, Wilds. This could derail the entire future of this franchise if you don't let Giannis play 42 to 46 minutes and try to get back in this series.
Yeah, so now that I think the panic meter went up, and look, if Jimmy doesn't get fouled and it goes into overtime, all right, maybe Bud was right the whole time in trying to manage him for the long haul. Earlier, Nick, you talked about how LeBron had the long view. What do you need to win a championship? Maybe Bud was like that. Like, I'm still going to restrict his minutes because we're trying to think about the finals. But now all of a sudden you look up like, we're in a 2-0 hole. I have to readjust. So game 3, I assume, Nick, and you can take credit for this. You could be like, Coach Bud, listen to me. He's going to play the minutes because I bet the minutes go up in game 3.
This isn't right. Go ahead, Brandon. Sorry.
There comes a time where the player tells the coach what to do. And I know for some it may come off as disrespectful, but you see it in basketball, you see it in football, you see it in soccer. In these defining moments, players run up to their coach, tell him, Coach, call this. We saw it with Nick Foles in the Super Bowl. He told the coach what they wanted to play. You see Tom Brady, you see Russell Wilson telling the coaches, waving them off, Lamar Jackson waving them off. No, we're going for it on 4th down.
Nick.
So we expect our superstars to stand up and say, this is what we need to do in these defining moments.
Nick, did the Bucks lose because Giannis didn't play enough minutes in the first 2 games?
Well, it certainly didn't help. Listen, I want to give the Heat credit. They have a great plan for Giannis, but he still almost put 30 on their head on over 50% shooting, and he is still the best weak side defender in basketball. He has to be out there. again, for Giannis, a LeBron comparison is fair because he is a 2-time MVP or about to be. And by the way, they better move up that MVP announcement ceremony or else it might happen in a hallway somewhere with Giannis out of the playoffs if Bud doesn't get this fixed. But think about this number. Here's why I bring up LeBron. LeBron, for his career, averages 42 minutes per game in the playoffs. That is including all the blowouts he's been a part of where he plays 27 to 30 minutes because one team is killing the other. In close playoff games, great players play 44 minutes. That is what you need from them. Giannis can do it. He played 40 minutes a night in the playoffs under Jason Kidd. If you lose because you are saving bullets for your gun for a series you don't get to, it is coaching malpractice. So the first step is keep your best player on the court as long as possible, Jenna, and then try to figure the rest out. But I can't believe they fell down 0-2 and Giannis is playing 36 minutes a night. I can't believe it.
Believe it. Believe it.
All right.